was George Brown in 1964 or 51, I'm not quite sure. He suggested the coalition government. And a coalition government is when two or more political parties join an emergency. Alright, so in Charlottetown there was a conference in 1964, and what happened was Canada East and Canada West, they both sent degenerates to go to the Maritime Union Conference. So what ended up happening is that the degenerates from Canada East and Canada West suggested a union of all the country, not all the countries, but all the unions. In the Quebec Conference, or no, following the Charlottetown Conference in 1864, there was another conference called the Quebec Conference later in October of that year. So every colony, they sent their degenerates from each of them to discuss a union, how it's actually going to go down. So what they ended up coming up with is the 72 resolutions. Or no, it's 1864. During the Civil War, there was a couple of people that attacked the BNA colonies. Or no, the South, or the North attacked the BNA colonies, and then it went into there. So they started, supporting the South. But when the South lost in the Civil War, there was tension for revenge. Americans believe in manifest destiny, which is where they believe they should own all of North America, like Brazil, like in South America, it's not split up into two. They believe they should have that too. The reason for the Union of the Confederation of Canada was there was a treaty that didn't allow the BNA colonies to trade certain goods, so they were basically not making any cash. They're like, let's make Canada, make some money. And they ended the R Treaty in about 1865, I'm gonna say. So the Fenian invasion happened in 1866 on May 31st, and this is like, some Irishmen were like, they invaded, they wanted New Ireland, they didn't want any kind of Canada happening, so everyone in the Union, they were like, if we're all just one country, it'd be a lot harder to take us down, and I think that's an executable plan we can do. So that's what they did. So the London Conference happened in 1870, somewhere around there. The BNA colonies went to London. They had this conference about making, Canada East and Canada West into one big country, confederation, if you will. And you won't believe the next part. The British North America Act in 1866 is the revised version of the 72 resolutions of Canada. So this, on I'm going to say May 31st, is the official creation of the Dominion of Canada, and that is the Confederation of Canada. Big fucking rock. Oh.